but I think we are watching the greatest Knick ever to play in that Knick uniform. I firmly believe that.
Him. He's finding open lanes, cleaner looks, and punishing anyone who dares to overplay him. It's like watching a chess master run a fast break. He's always 2 steps ahead. Now, compare that to last season's setup under Thibs, where the entire offense leaned heavily on Brunson's shoulders. Early in the year, it worked perfectly, especially with the Brunson-Karl-Anthony Towns pick and roll, which was one of the most efficient plays in the league. It averaged a scorching 1.22 points per direct play. But once February hit, that efficiency started sliding, dropping all the way to 0.88 as defenses caught on. Teams began throwing wings at Brunson, switching bigs onto Josh Hart, and daring New York's secondary players to make something happen. And when they couldn't, everything stalled. Under Tom Thibodeau, there was never a real counter when defenses started locking in. Too often, Jalen Brunson had to save broken plays at the end of the shot clock, forced to pull something out of nothing.
I don't have to guard guys like Jalen outside of maybe on a switch, so maybe you can speak to this more than I can, but his ability to be so physical and relentless with his drives, and then on a moment just shift into, and I'm not saying it's flopping, but like initiate contact and then just like accentuate the contact.
More than the all-star level this year. So while he can't beat you, I mean, we've seen that in the fourth quarter this year in a lot of the Knicks games where he's erupted in the fourth quarter. Fids put a massive ball-handling burden on Brunson, and that ironically muted one of his most underrated weapons, his shooting touch. Despite being arguably the Knicks' best perimeter shooter, he wasn't treated like it. Instead of letting him spot up and drain threes, he was constantly pushed into tough mid-range pull-ups or last-second bailouts. He was carrying the whole load instead of being free to operate as part of a real rhythm offense. That's where Mike Brown stepped in, with a simple but game-changing adjustment: get Brunson off the ball more. Instead of having him dribble the air out of it, Brown built movement and flow around him. Now, Brunson's time per possession has dropped from 8.6 seconds to 7.8, and his isolation rate has fallen from 17.3% to 13.8%. That means he's still scoring and running the show, but within the natural rhythm of the offense, not against it. The passing numbers tell the story too. Last season, Brunson made 58.1 passes per game and received 72.2. This year, he's up to 63.8 passes made and 76.3 received. It might seem like a small change, but it's actually huge. He's touching the ball more often in motion and less often in desperation. Fewer late clock struggles, more ball movement, more rhythm. And that's just the start. Brunson's movement metrics are wild. His average in-game speed has jumped from 4.65 miles per hour to 4.99 miles per hour. That's a big deal over a full game, adding up to way more spacing, more opportunities, and total chaos for defenders. Tough defending Jalen Brunson.
You know, he knows what he likes on the court, where he wants to get to, but I really think it's the will to win and want to win the game that he turns up another level because he doesn't want to lose. So, it's great to watch, and glad he's on my side.
Full of confidence and volume. But the key difference is how those shots are coming. He's not just pulling up off the dribble, he's catching and firing. Brunson's attempting 3.2 catch-and-shoot threes per game, and he's torching teams with a ridiculous 67% effective field goal rate on them. His corner threes up to 1.5 attempts per game, hitting 50%. Brown's motion-heavy system has turned Brunson into a multi-tool weapon. He's screening, cutting, spacing, running handoffs, and slipping backdoor, all while staying in perfect sync with the offense. Because he's passing more, moving more, and attacking in rhythm, his shots are cleaner, turnovers are down, and his true shooting percentage is climbing. And here's the crazy part. He's doing all this while keeping one of the highest usage rates in the entire league. Even when Brunson breaks someone down one-on-one, something he's been elite at for years, he's doing it with more room to operate and more options to punish defenders. The Knicks are finally playing fast, striking early in the shot clock and using quick-hitting half-court actions to catch defenses sleeping. And Brunson's the engine making it all go. What is the highlight of my career so far? You got a lot of them, man. There's a lot there. Playing in front of your dad, that's every night. I know, but I feel like that's a cool... No, I don't care about him. Jalen Brunson is scoring smarter, faster, and with way less risk this season. The old formula definitely worked. He built his reputation by cooking defenders in the pick and roll and torching anyone who dared to guard him one-on-one. Whether it was an elite defender or just a solid one, Brunson found ways to make them look helpless off the dribble. But what truly separates him from most stars is how he's handled the evolution of his own game. See, a lot of players fight change when they've already found success. They cling to what worked before. But Brunson, he did the complete opposite. He leaned into the shift. Instead of resisting, he adapted. And it's turned him from unguardable into untouchable.
He just knows the ins and outs of the game. Knows how to get to his spot. He's physical. He can knock down shots at a high level. So, all of those things make him a really tough guard. And so it takes a group to guard him.
Touches the ball. There's one key change that ties all of it together. And once you spot it, every number we've talked about starts to make perfect sense. Last season, Brunson didn't just prove he could deliver under pressure, he owned clutch time. The Knicks won 61% of their clutch games, ranking 5th best in the entire NBA. And Brunson, he was the driving force. He shot 51% when games got tight, led the league with 5.6 clutch points per game, and straight up earned the NBA's Clutch Player of the Year award. That's not luck, that's killer instinct. He did it against defenders who were taller, stronger, and heavier, guys throwing everything at him just to slow him down. And yet, he kept answering back night after night. He did it in the regular season, he did it in the playoffs, and every time the lights got brighter, Brunson got colder, in the best way possible. A scorer's scorer, a closer's closer. But here's the catch. There's always a cost to that kind of brilliance. When your team constantly needs you to bail them out, to drag them across the finish line every night, that grind builds up. And that's where Brunson's evolution really matters, because this season, he's finding ways to dominate without having to save everyone all by himself. When your entire offense leans on late-game magic, the margin for error gets razor thin. If the shots stop falling, even for a few minutes, everything collapses. That's exactly how the Knicks lived last season, balancing on the edge, surviving off Jalen Brunson's clutch time heroics. But this year, Brunson flipped the whole story. Instead of haunting teams in the final minutes, he's hunting them early, taking control from the opening tip and never letting go. Because of that, the Knicks aren't relying on miracle finishes anymore. Brunson is averaging a scorching 10.6 points per game in the first quarter, the second most in the entire league, only behind Luka Doncic. And Luka's even played fewer games. He's a good dude off the court, you know what I mean? So he comes there and then he just put the city on notice, like, nah, this my, and then he's killing, dropping crazy numbers, playing with them. It's fun to play with. From the very start, Brunson's setting the tone, forcing defenses to scramble, and putting teams in rotation chaos before they can even settle in. He's tilting games early, making sure by the time crunch time comes around, New York's already in control. You could see it crystal clear in the NBA Cup quarterfinals against Toronto. Brunson went nuclear. He dropped 35 points total, with 20 of them in the first quarter alone. While the rest of the Knicks were struggling to find rhythm, Brunson refused to let the game slip. He kept the squad close, hitting tough shots, setting the energy, and once his teammates caught fire, it was over. The Raptors never recovered. New York closed it out 117-101, and it felt like the game was decided before halftime. By turning up the aggression early, Brunson's helped the Knicks dodge a ton of unnecessary clutch time stress. They're not surviving anymore, they're controlling games. They're dictating tempo, pace, and pressure long before the final 5 minutes even come around. But make no mistake, that clutch killer inside him, he's still there waiting for his moment. Just look at the recent showdown against the Pacers. New York was shorthanded and fighting to stay in it. As usual, Brunson started hot. 10 points in the first quarter, setting the tone once again, but the game stayed tight, with Indiana leading heading into the fourth. Brunson had just one made field goal in the final period, until it mattered most. With 4.4 seconds left, Brunson hit a cold-blooded step-back three right over Andrew Nembhard. Dagger. That shot sealed a 114-113 win for the Knicks. Same fearless finisher, same killer instincts, just a brand new approach. Brunson still breaking hearts, but now he's doing it from start to finish. Now we're looking at a player who's mastered every stage of the game. Jalen Brunson can dominate early, erase pressure late, and still close like an assassin when everything goes wrong. Most players need chaos to prove their worth, but the best ones, they make sure chaos never even shows up. That's the level Brunson's reached. He's not just saving the Knicks anymore, he's preventing them from ever needing to be saved. He's got the calm of a vet and the edge of a killer, wearing both hats depending on what the game demands. You could call Brunson a unicorn, but not in the way the NBA usually means it. Normally, a unicorn is some never-seen-before talent, a 7-footer who moves like a guard, or a wing who runs an offense. But Brunson's a different kind of rarity. The league has spent years shifting away from players built like him, small, undersized scoring guards who rely on IQ, toughness, and precision instead of pure athletic gifts. There was a time when that mold dominated. Think Allen Iverson, think Isaiah Thomas. But the NBA evolved. Teams started hunting size, wingspan, and switchability. The modern trend favors ball handlers who are at least 6'6" and long, versatile and strong enough to defend across multiple positions. Some teams don't even have a starter under 6'5". In that kind of league, a guard like Brunson, barely 6'2", not freakishly fast or springy, is a rare breed. And that's exactly what makes his rise so special. That's why he slid all the way to the 33rd pick in the 2018 draft, even after dominating at Villanova, winning 2 national championships and a National Player of the Year award. The resume screamed superstar, but scouts kept doubting his ceiling, his burst, his ability to lead a team at the NBA level. Even Dirk Nowitzki, yes, Dirk himself, admitted later that he wasn't sure Brunson could ever become a franchise centerpiece. But here we are, watching him prove every doubt wrong, one unstoppable performance at a time. JB's put a lot of time and work into understanding how to play with leverage, understanding how to get defenders. You know, when Jalen Brunson left Dallas in 2022, a lot of people thought he was taking a big risk, but since landing in New York, he's done nothing but prove that he's built for the spotlight. Over his 4 seasons with the Knicks, Brunson has averaged at least 24 points per game every single year, and over the last 3 seasons, he hasn't dipped below 26. That's consistency at an elite level. Right now, he's putting up a monster 29.1 points per game, ranking among the NBA's top scorers. Only 6 players in the league are averaging more, and here's where it gets wild. 4 of them are giants compared to him: Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic, and Jalen Brown, all 6'5" or taller.
The only 2 guards even close to Brunson's size who are in that same scoring range are Tyrese Maxey and Donovan Mitchell, both listed at 6'2". And even they have freakish athletic gifts that Brunson simply doesn't. Maxey's one of the fastest guards alive, and Mitchell can sky like a dunk contest champ. Yet somehow Brunson's right there with them, scoring at nearly 30 points a night on elite efficiency, without the speed, hops, or height. That's what makes him stand out. He's the smallest player in his scoring class, the least explosive athlete in the group, and still he's cooking defenses built to stop bigger, quicker, stronger players. He's not just surviving in that space, he's dominating it. And the way he does it makes it even more impressive. Josh Hart broke it down perfectly when he said he's able to manipulate a defense. He's got a big head, so he's got a big brain. He figures out the game and puts himself in position to be successful. That's Brunson in one sentence, a master manipulator on the court. His game is built on timing, control, and deception. He doesn't win with raw speed or explosive hops. He wins by making defenders guess. Brunson's change of pace and elite deceleration are his secret weapons. One moment he's attacking fast, the next he's stopping on a dime, forcing defenders to freeze in space, caught between 2 bad choices. That's where he strikes. His low center of gravity just makes it nastier. He stays balanced through contact, spins off defenders cleanly, and keeps total body control while they're stumbling. The small details are what separate him. Subtle shoulder turns, quick head fakes, little shifts in his eyes, all of it designed to sell one move while setting up the real one. He doesn't need to blow by you, he just makes you move first. That's how Brunson's outsmarting and outscoring the giants of the game. Not by jumping higher or running faster, but by thinking quicker and controlling every beat of the play. And then there's the footwork and the part of Jalen Brunson's game that separates him from just about everyone. Mike Brown even compared Brunson's footwork to Kobe Bryant's, not because of flash or volume, but because of the precision and consistency. Every move Brunson makes has purpose, nothing wasted, no extra steps, no panic. Raptors coach Darko Rajakovic added that Brunson's pacing and rhythm remind him more of Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic than any traditional guard. That's huge praise, and none of it's a coincidence. Matt Brunson has been working on that foundation since 5th grade. Decades of fine-tuning his footwork, his balance, and his timing have built a game that ages like fine wine. It doesn't depend on raw athleticism, it scales perfectly against size and speed. That's how a smaller, less explosive guard keeps giving bigger, faster defenders nightmares. He doesn't chase the game, he controls it. He sets the rhythm, dictates the tempo, and forces everyone else to play his style. And that's exactly why Jalen Brunson deserves to be called a modern-day unicorn. Not because he's some physical anomaly, but because in a league obsessed with wingspan, verticals, and athletic freaks, he's proving that pure skill, IQ, and timing can still dominate the modern NBA. His game isn't built on flash, it's built on mastery. The individual stats are incredible, sure, but the real proof lies in what's happened to the Knicks since Brunson changed his approach. New York's not just playing better, they've transformed into a legit powerhouse. Right now, they're sitting as the 2nd seed in the East, and the numbers show that this isn't some lucky streak.
The Knicks' win rate has jumped from about 62% to 72%, putting them on pace for an insane 58-win season. And offensively, the leap is even more dramatic. Their offensive rating has climbed from 118 to 121.7, one of the biggest improvements among top-tier teams. That kind of growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens when the entire system evolves around its leader, and Brunson is that leader, setting the tone early, reading defenses like a chessboard, and turning every possession into a calculated attack. The Knicks' net rating tells the story perfectly. Last season, they sat at plus 4.1, solid but not elite. This year, they're looking like a contender, because Brunson didn't just level up his own game, he elevated the entire team's identity this season. That net rating number has nearly doubled, now sitting at a massive plus 7.7, the fourth best mark in the entire NBA. That's not just solid, that's the profile of a team built to last. When Jalen Brunson fully takes command, the results are overwhelming. The Knicks are 18-6 whenever he scores 30 or more.
The only two guards even close to Brunson's size who are in that same scoring range are Tyrese Maxey and Donovan Mitchell, both listed at 6'2". And even they have freakish athletic gifts that Brunson simply doesn't. Maxey's one of the fastest guards alive, and Mitchell can sky like a dunk contest champ. Yet somehow Brunson's right there with them, scoring at nearly 30 points a night on elite efficiency, without the speed, hops, or height. That's what makes him stand out. He's the smallest player in his scoring class, the least explosive athlete in the group, and still he's cooking defenses built to stop bigger, quicker, stronger players. He's not just surviving in that space, he's dominating it. And the way he does it makes it even more impressive. Josh Hart broke it down perfectly when he said he's able to manipulate a defense. He's got a big head, so he's got a big brain. He figures out the game and puts himself in position to be successful. That's Brunson in one sentence, a master manipulator on the court. His game is built on timing, control, and deception. He doesn't win with raw speed or explosive hops. He wins by making defenders guess. Brunson's change of pace and elite deceleration are his secret weapons. One moment he's attacking fast, the next he's stopping on a dime, forcing defenders to freeze in space, caught between two bad choices. That's where he strikes. His low center of gravity just makes it nastier. He stays balanced through contact, spins off defenders cleanly, and keeps total body control while they're stumbling. The small details are what separate him. Subtle shoulder turns, quick head fakes, little shifts in his eyes, all of it designed to sell one move while setting up the real one. He doesn't need to blow by you, he just makes you move first. That's how Brunson's outsmarting and outscoring the giants of the game. Not by jumping higher or running faster, but by thinking quicker and controlling every beat of the play. And then there's the footwork and the part of Jalen Brunson's game that separates him from just about everyone. Mike Brown even compared Brunson's footwork to Kobe Bryant's, not because of flash or volume, but because of the precision and consistency. Every move Brunson makes has purpose, nothing wasted, no extra steps, no panic. Raptors coach Darko Rajakovic added that Brunson's pacing and rhythm remind him more of Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic than any traditional guard. That's huge praise, and none of it's a coincidence. Matt Brunson has been working on that foundation since 5th grade. Decades of fine-tuning his footwork, his balance, and his timing have built a game that ages like fine wine. It doesn't depend on raw athleticism, it scales perfectly against size and speed. That's how a smaller, less explosive guard keeps giving bigger, faster defenders nightmares. He doesn't chase the game, he controls it. He sets the rhythm, dictates the tempo, and forces everyone else to play his style. And that's exactly why Jalen Brunson deserves to be called a modern-day unicorn. Not because he's some physical anomaly, but because in a league obsessed with wingspan, verticals, and athletic freaks, he's proving that pure skill, IQ, and timing can still dominate the modern NBA. His game isn't built on flash, it's built on mastery. The individual stats are incredible, sure, but the real proof lies in what's happened to the Knicks since Brunson changed his approach. New York's not just playing better, they've transformed into a legit powerhouse. Right now, they're sitting as the 2nd seed in the East, and the numbers show that this isn't some lucky streak. The Knicks' win rate has jumped from about 62% to 72%, putting them on pace for an insane 58-win season. And offensively, the leap is even more dramatic. Their offensive rating has climbed from 118 to 121.7, one of the biggest improvements among top-tier teams. That kind of growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens when the entire system evolves around its leader, and Brunson is that leader, setting the tone early, reading defenses like a chessboard, and turning every possession into a calculated attack. The Knicks' net rating tells the story perfectly. Last season, they sat at plus 4.1, solid but not elite. This year, they're looking like a contender because Brunson didn't just level up his own game, he elevated the entire team's identity this season. That net rating number has nearly doubled, now sitting at a massive plus 7.7, the fourth best mark in the entire NBA. That's not just solid, that's the profile of a team built to last. When Jalen Brunson fully takes command, the results are overwhelming. The Knicks are 18-6 whenever he scores 30 or more. And those aren't just flashy box score nights, they're game changers. His scoring explosions don't just look impressive, they decide outcomes. What's wild is that, on the surface, this version of the Knicks doesn't seem all that different from last year's squad. Both offenses ranked top 5 through 25 games, both defenses stayed inside the top 15, and the pace? Still steady, barely moving. Sure, the team's taking a few more threes and attacking the paint a little less, but nothing about their numbers screams complete overhaul. And yet, New York's 3 games better than they were at this same point last season. Some of that comes from a weaker Eastern Conference, sure, but most of it comes from the subtle tweaks Mike Brown's made, adjustments that fit perfectly around Brunson's evolving game. Browns leaned hard into Brunson's off-ball shooting, surrounded him with smart spacing, and crafted lineups that let him breathe and pick his spots. On top of that, he's installed a defensive system that's fully unlocked OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, 2 wings who thrive on disruption and discipline. Those small changes have added up to something big, a team that's finally balanced, efficient, and dangerous on both ends. But the real difference, the one that defines everything, is what happens when Brunson isn't out there. When he sits, the Knicks don't just dip, they unravel. Without him, New York drops to the 48th percentile in points per 100 possessions and plummets to the 31st percentile in effective field goal percentage. The offense loses rhythm, spacing collapses, and the whole system starts gasping for air. Now, flip the script. When Brunson's on the floor, it's a completely different world. The Knicks skyrocket to the 97th percentile in overall offense, 89th percentile in efficiency, and 91st percentile in point differential, an elite plus 11.7 rating. With him running the show, Brunson isn't just New York's best player, he's the structure holding the whole system together. He's the reason the gears keep turning, the tempo stays sharp, and the offense feels alive. And the numbers prove it. The Knicks have won 8 of their last 10, ranking 2nd in the league in offensive rating and 7th in defensive rating over that stretch. That's not a coincidence. That's Brunson's impact written all over the game. At this point, Jalen Brunson isn't just playing basketball, he's rewriting what it means to lead a team built for winning right now. Every possession feels like it runs through his pulse. Every big moment bends around his decisions. He's not just another star guard putting up numbers, he's the system itself. The Knicks' identity has completely shifted around him. What used to be a grinded-out, late-game dependent squad has transformed into a smooth, confident, and surgical offense that strikes early and controls tempo all night. And it all starts with Brunson's balance. That ability to slow chaos down until it feels like everyone else is moving in slow motion. That's when he hits you. Mid-range dagger, crafty floater, or a perfectly timed kickout to a wide-open shooter. Every move looks calm, but every decision cuts deep. His leadership isn't loud or flashy, it's controlled fire. Brunson sets the standard just by how he works. Teammates read his rhythm and feed off it. When he walks onto the floor, the whole vibe of Madison Square Garden changes. The crowd knows it, the bench knows it, and opponents definitely feel it. You can see defenders tense up the second he crosses half court. They know something bad's coming. And while people keep talking about size, speed, and athletic ceilings, Brunson's been breaking every rule those metrics suggest. He's proof that skill still runs the league. In an era obsessed with vertical highlights and 7-foot playmakers, he's carving out wins the old-fashioned way, through patience, footwork, and ridiculous basketball IQ. That's the part nobody can copy. But make no mistake, this version of Brunson isn't done evolving. You can feel it. He's still climbing. Each month, he's adding something new. Tighter reads, sharper passes, deeper threes. His game keeps expanding, and New York keeps rising with him. The Knicks aren't sneaking up on anyone anymore. They're here, and they're dangerous. Brunson's journey from 33rd pick to franchise cornerstone feels almost cinematic. He wasn't supposed to be this guy, the engine behind one of the most efficient teams in the NBA, the leader who can go toe-to-toe with superstars built like superheroes. Yet here he is, controlling games with nothing more than brains, timing, and pure confidence. If the Knicks keep this up, the conversation's gonna shift fast. We're not just talking about an all-NBA guard anymore, we're talking about a potential MVP candidate. Because when one player can lift a franchise, change its style, and redefine what winning looks like, that's greatness in real time. Jalen Brunson isn't just thriving in New York, he's becoming its heartbeat. Jalen Brunson has been absolutely on fire in the NBA Cup. He wasn't just good, he was unstoppable. For 4 straight games, Brunson dropped at least 30 points, including that ruthless 40-point demolition of the Magic in the semifinals. Then came the showdown with the Spurs. 25 points, 8 assists, and a grinded-out 41-minute battle against a defensive tag team of Stephon Castle to De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper. He took all their best shots and still walked off owning the floor. And just this week, he turned up the heat, literally. Against Miami, Brunson exploded for a monster 47 points and 8 assists, carrying New York to another big win. There's no denying it, Brunson's playing at an elite level right now, and the Knicks are cashing in on every bit of it. Sitting as the number 2 seed in the East, they've got their eyes locked on one thing, the NBA title. After last season's heartbreak in the Eastern Conference Finals, this team's mission couldn't be clearer. They're hungry, battle-tested, and built for the grind. And when you scan the East, the path looks wide open. Detroit, Toronto, and Orlando, not consistent enough. The Celtics, they crumble when Jason Tatum isn't firing. The Pacers, they collapse without Tyrese Halliburton. The Cavs, still trying to prove they belong in the mix. Sure, Detroit's record might look strong, but the Knicks, these Knicks are the ones to fear, because they've got Jalen Brunson, the one player no other Eastern contender has. This isn't the same Brunson from last year. This is a whole new version. He's not just a clutch closer anymore, he's a tone setter, a pace controller. From the opening tip, he decides how the game's gonna go. And 5 minutes in, it's obvious he's the best player on the floor. And if he needs to, he can flip that switch late and shut it down himself. But now comes the real question. Can this version of Brunson carry it all the way through April, May, and June? Playoff basketball is a different beast. Defenses tighten, rotations shrink, and every possession turns into a war. History says undersized guards usually hit a wall when it matters most. But can Brunson be the one who breaks that pattern? Can he be the exception? Let me know what you think. Can Brunson keep this level up when the lights get brightest? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Yo Ball stories. Peace.